A dark cloud of uncertainty has settled over Colorado's federal workforce. The Trump administration's mass layoffs have sent shockwaves through the state, leaving thousands of employees grappling with fear and anxiety. Families are facing an unforeseen financial cliff. The very fabric of their lives is being torn apart. This is not just about numbers, it's about real people losing their livelihoods. The impact is being felt in every corner of the state, from Denver to Grand Junction. The once bustling hallways of government buildings are now filled with a palpable sense of dread. Whispers of who's next echo through the corridors as employees anxiously await their fate. The suddenness of the layoffs has magnified the sense of panic. Many employees were given little to no warning, their years of dedicated service seemingly disregarded. The emotional toll is immeasurable. Lives have been upended, dreams shattered, and a sense of betrayal hangs heavy in the air. Leah McGovern, a single mother of two, was among those caught in the layoff maelstrom. A dedicated employee of the U.S. Department of Energy for over a decade, she poured her heart and soul into her work on green hydrogen projects. The day she received her termination notice, her supervisors were in tears, their empathy a stark contrast to the cold, impersonal language of the letter. No longer in the interest of the government, it read, a phrase that now haunts Leah's waking hours. Joel Bruner, another casualty of the administration's cost-cutting measures, worked tirelessly to ensure the smooth delivery of essential services like Medicaid. His job wasn't just a paycheck, it was about making a difference in the lives of vulnerable Coloradans. With his position eliminated, Joel fears for the well-being of those who rely on these vital programs. These are not isolated incidents, they represent the human cost of the layoffs, the faces behind the statistics. Each layoff represents a shattered dream, a family struggling to make ends meet, and a community grappling with the loss of its dedicated public servants. The Trump administration justifies these drastic measures as a necessary step towards restructuring and streamlining the government. They argue that these layoffs are essential to create a more efficient and effective bureaucracy, one that is truly in the best interest of the American people. However, these claims ring hollow for those who have dedicated their lives to public service. Critics argue that these layoffs are not about efficiency, but rather a reflection of the administration's broader agenda. They point to the targeting of specific departments and programs, particularly those related to environmental protection and social welfare, as evidence of a deliberate attempt to dismantle key government functions. The administration's rhetoric of efficiency and streamlining stands in stark contrast to the reality on the ground. The layoffs have created chaos and confusion, disrupting critical services and leaving many agencies understaffed and ill-equipped to fulfill their mandates. The promised efficiency gains seem elusive, replaced by a climate of fear and uncertainty. The mass layoffs have ignited a firestorm of protest across Colorado. Thousands have taken to the streets, their voices echoing through the halls of the state capitol, demanding answers and accountability. Former federal employees, their faces etched with a mix of anger and despair, share their stories, their voices roar with emotion. Fear and anxiety have become unwelcome companions for those still employed, the constant threat of layoffs casting a long shadow over their lives. The once vibrant workplace is now shrouded in silence, as colleagues hesitate to speak openly, afraid of drawing unwanted attention. The future remains uncertain for Colorado's federal workforce. The layoffs have left deep scars, eroding morale and trust in the government. The long-term consequences of these actions, both for the employees and the essential services they provide, are yet to be fully understood. One thing is clear, the road ahead will be long and arduous for those whose lives have been upended by this wave of uncertainty.